Hey, Miley. I heard you got a new boyfriend.
Huh? Who'd you hear that from?
Mom told me last night. How could you, keeping secrets from your big sister? I heard he came to the house to say hello to Mom and Dad. Why didn't you give me a heads up? I would have rushed over.
Well, because I didn't want to introduce you to him. I'm embarrassed to introduce you. You have no class, and to be honest, you're rude.
Huh? What do you mean by that, no class? Your sister? The one who graduated from an elite college? That big sister of yours? You have to be kidding me, LOL.
There, that's what I mean. That's what I hate about you.
Mom showed me a photo of this boyfriend of yours. I wouldn't call him handsome, LOL. To be honest, run-of-the-mill kind of guy. I see guys like that all the time. And his clothes, not brand-made stuff. Pretty drab, LOL.
I would prefer you say clean and polished. Brad is not like that. He hates that showy and tasteless fashion sense. It's always about brands. Like some people I know.
Boy, you've always been the black sheep of the family. Mediocre at school. Face? Nothing to write home about. Couldn't you at least have found a better guy? Take a look at me and my boyfriend. You can learn a thing or two about good looking. Where else can you find such a well-educated, good-looking couple like us, LOL?
Yeah, I heard this all before.
Well, let's just forget about looks or how he dresses. Where'd your boyfriend go to school, by the way? Which university did he graduate from?
Why do I have to even tell you that? Besides, it's none of your business.
It's got everything to do with me. You know, I'm getting married in 6 months. And if you end up marrying this guy, well then we're all relatives. I don't want to be embarrassed when I introduce my relatives to people. Oh my god, don't tell me you went to the community college in town. I know you're not too bright, but you wouldn't go out with a guy from that place.
Is educational background so important? If you have to know, he went as far as high school. He decided not to go on to college.
Huh? High school? You mean to tell me he only finished high school? Not higher education? You mean like really high school?
Yep, that's right.
You're kidding me, right? Tell me you're joking. He's a high school graduate, that's it?
Yes, that's right.
Huh? No way! I thought everyone went on to college these days, even if it's a community college.
He decided not to go on to college, so what?
This is unbelievable. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but a boyfriend that's only a high school grad? This is too much, LOL. Wait, are you seriously going out with this loser? You're just dating, having a little fun, right? Do you really plan to marry a mere high school grad?
Yeah, I'm serious about him. I like him a lot. I'm planning on marrying him, and he feels the same way. That's why I came to meet Mom and Dad.
Holy crap, you're serious. Good grief. What are you going to do? I mean, please. A high school grad, really?
And I keep saying, so what? I don't care about his educational background. I fell in love with him. What can I say? He's nice and he's courteous, and he's a damn hard worker. Couldn't ask for more. I fell in love with who he is, not his education.
Oh my god, you guys are still in high school. Fitting, LOL. You sound like a teenager. Just a couple of teenagers. You guys are made for each other.
Think what you like. I can't believe you're actually my sister.
Hey, so we only finished high school. What kind of work does a high schooler do? I mean, there is no way he can work at a major corporation. The only job I can think of him doing is some blue-collar stuff. Perhaps a bit of trash collecting, LOL. You know me. I went to a really elite college, so I'm not sure what such people do, LOL.
You're really being rude. He's in the food business. But Brad does not really want me to say much about his job.
Okay, a high school grad, working in the food industry. I know. He's a dishwasher, right? Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody knowing either. I would be totally embarrassed.
You got it all wrong.
Hey, you know, about my wedding. I said you could bring a date, but please not this kid. I don't want him anywhere near our wedding.
Huh? What do you mean?
It means I don't want some uneducated dishwasher coming to my wedding. That's all. I can't very well tell my friends that this guy's my little sister's boyfriend, or worse, her fiancé? Oh my god, no way. All my guests, as well as my fiancés, are all from top universities and they currently make considerable salaries. I even had qualms about inviting you. And you want to bring a high school grad who works the dishwasher? It's not happening.
Huh? And he's not a dishwasher.
Do you realize that we booked our wedding reception at that famous restaurante? There's a 3-year wait for that place. Do you even know what a ristorante is? It's a high-class restaurant that has a strict dress code. That's what a ristorante is. And you know what? The pâtissier, the pastry chef for a novice like you. This chef recently won a world-famous event in Paris. We're going to have him bake our wedding cake. Can you believe it? So you see, I don't want some high school grad coming to my wedding and tainting the whole affair. I hope you understand. We just can't allow ourselves to serve such low-status people, if you get my drift, lol.
You never change. I wish you would stop demeaning people like that. How could you say that, low-status people? Are you serious?
Well, it's true, isn't it? I mean, you guys are the ones who'd be ashamed if you attended anyway. Besides, low status probably means he doesn't even have the proper clothes to wear. I don't want him coming to the wedding in his old high school sweatshirt, lol. We'd be the laughingstock of the whole town. Low status people will be restricted from attending my wedding. If you don't drop this guy before our wedding, well, I have no choice but to uninvite you to our wedding.
You know, I really didn't want to attend anyway. I don't want to attend a wedding of someone who denigrates my boyfriend. Anyway, it would be a total waste to buy a wedding gift for the likes of you.
Don't be so stubborn. You're such a child, lol. Okay, so you're not attending the wedding. I'll scratch you off the list then. I guess you're just going to have to sit at home with your dishwasher boyfriend twiddling your thumbs. Hey, Miley, pick up. I was just at the restaurant where we're going to hold a reception. I was with the wedding planners and guess what? Your boyfriend was there. What was he doing there? Is he the dishwasher there, lol?
Huh? Hey, is the restaurant that you chose, is it the one where Brad works at?
Yeah, I guess it is, lol. I'm usually surrounded by very fashionable and handsome people, so with that country boy looks, he's really stood out. Spotted him right away. A high school graduate, and he can work at a high-class place like that, lol. But he's a professional dishwasher by now, lol. I wonder how much a dishwasher makes at a place like that.
Like I said, Brad is not a dishwasher.
Well, I couldn't very much ignore him, so I said hello. I said it was Brenda, Miley's older sister. I was just curious, so I had to ask. I asked him why he only finished high school. Was it because his folks were poor? Sorry, I had to ask. He was really nervous, stood there with his mouth agape. What a sight, lol.
I really can't believe you. He's working. How could you disrespect him like that? What's wrong with you?
So what if the dishwasher takes a little break? Nobody cares about some lowly kitchen staff, lol. Oh yeah, listen to this. I figured I would tell him since he was there. I told him that it's our policy not to invite people with inadequate educational backgrounds to your wedding. I went as far as to tell him that no such uneducated people enter the restaurante at least 1 month before my wedding, lol.
Have you totally lost it? You told him that?
Of course I did. I mean, a mere high school grad just seems vulgar, not fit for respectable people like us. Nobody's lets a mangy stray dog to a restaurant, right? Much less a high-class place like that. I told him he's gonna work there. He needs to disinfect himself before entering.
I really can't believe I'm hearing this. Have you become unhinged? You definitely have a few screws loose.
My screws are perfectly fine, lol. Besides, your boyfriend, when I told him not to enter the restaurante, you know what he had to say? He said, "Very well, miss. I will do as you say." Can you believe this guy? For a mere high school graduate, he certainly knows his place. He didn't talk back at all and just sulked away like a beaten dog, lol. Not the vigorous and fearless young man, that's for sure, lol.
Oh boy, you went and did it. That means there will be no wedding cake. What a shame.
Huh? Cake? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I suppose you already know where you work, so it doesn't matter anymore. Just going to have to be truthful, I guess. The Brad you so despise is the pâtissier at that restaurant.
Huh?
Yep, Brad studied at the top pâtissier academy in France, and he recently won the award at that world-famous pâtissier contest in Paris last year. That world-renowned pâtissier that you were so proud of? Well, that is none other than my boyfriend, Brad.
Now you're the one that has a few screws loose, lol. That uneducated country boy, a world-renowned pâtissier? Give me a break, lol.
It's true. His father's also a pâtissier. He currently works in Paris. That's right. Right after graduating from high school, he flew to Paris to be with his dad and to attend the pâtissier academy there. It was the same place his father graduated from. He then worked for several years at one of the top pâtissier establishments in Paris. He returned about 2 years ago and currently works at that restaurant where you plan to have your wedding, minus the cake, of course.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm afraid it's true. Well, I guess you kicked him out, so nothing to do with you anymore, right? You told him to stay away for a month, right? I don't see how he'll be able to make that cake for you. I guess you're going to have to make do with something from Costco, lol.
Hold on a second. If that's true, no, it can't be. Why didn't you tell me about him when you first mentioned him?
Well, like I said, Brad didn't want me telling everyone. Some years back, a short while after he returned from Paris, this neighbor found out he was a pâtissier and constantly asked him to make her and her friends all kinds of pastries. He just could deal with that. That's why he wanted me to keep it quiet. But even though you didn't know his background, denigrating someone like you did, Brad, that's not what a respectable person does.
How could I have known? A mere high school grad, a fashionable occupation like a pâtissier? Who would think?
You always look at people according to their educational achievements. That's why you always end up in embarrassing situations.
Hold on a second. I just got a text message from the wedding planner. It seems because I restricted his entry into the restaurant, all the chefs in the kitchen are apparently furious. They said they were going on strike. They're not going to cook for my wedding. What the hell am I going to do?
The chefs are on strike? LOL. Oh, you really did it this time. Guess you're just going to have to apologize or find another venue.
I can't do that. I already told all my friends that I was holding my wedding reception at that place. I waited 3 years to reserve a spot there. I can't give it up now. No way I can find another place at this late date.
Well, your only option is to apologize. Right? If you're so set on having the reception there, I don't see any other way.
How am I going to? Oh yeah, Miley. You're his girlfriend. Talk to him and apologize on my behalf, please. Get him to come back.
Sorry, not going to happen.
Huh?
Why should I apologize? You created this mess, you clean it up. The responsible thing to do is to admit your mistake and apologize to Brad. Simple as that. And you're asking the wrong person. I'm still super pissed at you for trashing my boyfriend.
You want me to admit my mistake and apologize to this guy? Some snotty high school graduate? No way that's happening. You go and apologize to him. Do it now. I cannot stain my perfect lifestyle by stooping so low.
Well, you certainly have no remorse, I see. Wow, to think this is my older sister. How embarrassing. I will not help you out. That's it.
How could you treat your older sister this way? Just do as I say. That's an order. I'm practically begging you.
Maybe we should go back to elementary school and relearn proper etiquette, LOL. After that, my sister reluctantly went to the restaurant to apologize, but she immediately brought up her status as an elite college graduate with many rich friends or whatsoever. The usual drivel. Her attitude was so condescending that it just made things worse. What's more, during the supposed apology, she again blurted out the fact that Brad was a mere high school grad. She just couldn't keep her mouth shut. The restaurant staff were furious with her arrogance and they in turn canceled the reservation and prohibited her from ever again entering the restaurant. This incident also caused the relationship with her fiancé to go downhill. Well, that spat escalated beyond remedy and eventually they broke off the engagement. Brenda was so shocked by what had happened to her so-called perfect life, she wouldn't come out of the house anymore. Academic background does not make a person. I don't see why my sister does not realize that. I told Brad how sorry I was to have a sister like that. I was ready to break up with him, he so desired, but he had no intention of doing that, but instead smiled and forgave me. He even suggested that we have our wedding reception at the Ristorante, LOL. I'm sure I won't have to wait 3 years for a reservation.
Hey, Fatso. You there? Hello? I'm sorry, I was busy with work. And I thought I told you not to call me that. Busy with what? Gaining weight? Lol. You're overstepping your boundaries now. Kindly refrain yourself from saying whatever nonsense comes to your mind. Don't tell me what I can or cannot do. Especially when you're the one who's incompetent of doing anything. Like getting a job. That's not true. Like I said, I'm working. What do you think I meant by that? You're probably just lying around and stuffing snacks in your mouth. Can you stop saying such things? I don't like it when you make fun of me. Then why don't you try to be useful for a change? Maybe that'll fix our relationship. But I am trying. I help you around the house whenever I can. I appreciate you making dishes for us. I even buy you presents whenever I'm out. And I put in a good word for you whenever we have guests. Don't take this the wrong way. But I think you're the one who has to fix her attitude. There you go again with your complaints. You love having people pamper you. I'm sorry to say this, honey, but that's not how the world works. That's not what I meant. Anyway, I texted you for a favor. It's about my son.
What is it?
I don't want you around him anymore.
What?
You heard me. Stay away from my son. I'm his wife, so that's literally impossible.
Why do you want us to separate anyway? I was told you supported Steve's decision on whom he wanted to marry.
That's before I found out he chose such an incompetent fatso like you. You two are completely different. My son is a smart, handsome young man with a secure future. He can't be seen with an uneducated hippo like you.
That was uncalled for. Seriously, do you have no remorse for what you're saying to me?
Not to mention that attitude of yours. Honestly, I don't know what he sees in you. All you're good for is drying up his savings.
Excuse me?
You're always out shopping and whatnot. Where do you even get the money from? You don't have a job, so you must be taking money from him, right? If you keep this up, he'd end up in debt.
Don't worry. I'm not taking his money. It's my own.
Yeah, right. Do you expect me to believe that lie? You don't even have a job.
I'm not lying. I'm making good money on my own.
Couldn't you have found yourself some other rich boy you could rip money out of? Why did it have to be my Steve? Let me guess. No one else wanted to spend even a penny on you. Am I right? Steve probably took pity on you, and you probably misinterpreted his kindness and decided to steal his money for the rest of your life.
What? No. You can't just make up assumptions about me like that. I'm not with him for his money. I married him for him and him alone. Steve is a great guy and an even better husband. He's my everything, and I love him so much.
Until his bank dries up, I'm sure. And after that, you'd leave him in a heartbeat. Do me a favor, will you? Just end things with him already. I'll find him a better wife. Someone worthy of his time. Someone I can proudly call my daughter-in-law.
This is ridiculous. I'm ending things with him. I love him too much.
Don't be so stubborn, Mia. You know yourself that you're not good enough for him. Quit trying to talk your way out of this. Just hurry up and divorce him, and then move out of the house. Nothing much to it.
For the last time, no. I'm not going to divorce him. But as far as moving out of the house goes, you don't have to worry about that. Steve and I are planning to move out next month.
You'll have this place all to yourself. Wait, what? Steve didn't say anything about moving out. You bitch. You're trying to steal my son from me.
You're the bitch. Ever since I moved in here, you've tried to make my life miserable. You keep looking down on me, call me names, and mock me. This is no way to treat a human being. So I looked up and found a nice apartment we can live in. You wouldn't have to deal with me any longer. Are you happy now?
I don't believe this. You really are trying to take him away from me. Mark my words, Mia. You will regret this. I'll make you pay.
Hey, where are you?
At the library. What about you?
Home.
Really? That's weird. You usually come back late.
I guess then I should come back home as well.
The faster I get home, the faster I can prep dinner for you.
No need. Mom already gave me dinner. Speaking of, she seemed pretty upset today. Did something happen between you two?
It's nothing really. Just the same old arguments. It looks like your mom still hasn't accepted me.
Mom told me you've been gone the whole day today. Is that true?
I wasn't gone that long. And besides, I only come here occasionally.
Listen. I've been thinking and this isn't working. We should just get a divorce. You understand, don't you?
What? No, I don't understand. Why are you suddenly asking for a divorce?
Because I don't love you anymore.
What do you mean? Last night you said that I was the light of your life.
That was before I heard what happened.
Why? What happened? This is way too sudden. Hang on, let me get back. We'll talk about this face to face when I get home, okay?
No, it's not okay. I've made my decision, so now it's final.
But why? As your wife, I deserve to know at least this much.
Because you're useless. You don't help around the house. You don't care for my mom. Hell, you don't even take care of yourself. Just look how much weight you've gained. You weren't this big when I married you.
I'm trying my best to help your mother around the house, and you know it. I do the dishes, clean the kitchen, vacuum the house, volunteer to go shopping when no one else wants to. And yet, I still have to listen to her complain about me all day. I'm finding it difficult to manage my time and energy with all the household work and my personal work and everything.
Yeah, right. Next you're gonna complain that I'm a bad husband.
What's wrong with you? Why do you suddenly want a divorce? What happened?
You, Mia, you happened. I can't believe you treat my mother this way. Mom told me that you called her a bitch. Is that true?
She called me a bitch first.
That's no excuse to disrespect your elders like that.
Fine, I admit I shouldn't have said that. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'll apologize to her personally when I come home. But don't you think it's a little extreme? You divorcing me over this?
It really affected her. She's been so sad the whole day. What's worse is that when I asked you what happened, you said it's nothing. Are you that heartless?
You're making a big deal out of nothing. The last time I talked to your mom, she seemed fine. She was her usual criticizing self. She definitely said way more hurtful things to me.
It's not just that. I've been noticing the way you behave around her. You're always complaining that she dislikes you, that she calls you names, etc. I understand that my mother can be a handful at times, but all you do is to complain about it. Besides that, you're almost never home. Even now, you left to be in a library while my mother is here, all sad and alone. I can't have a selfish wife. You're supposed to take care of her when I'm not around.
Selfish? Your mother has been breathing down my neck ever since we got married. She keeps insulting me and keeps arguing with me on everything. But you never take my side. You kept telling me that I shouldn't react to what she says. So, I come to the library to ease my mind. You didn't mind when I asked you to head to the library every now and then. So, why is it a problem now?
Because I feel you're always there. You're never home.
How would you know? You're always at work.
Mom told me.
I see. And was it your mom who suggested you get divorced?
Yes, we've been talking about it for a few days now. I don't appreciate how you talk back to her, not to mention the tone you use with her. I've lectured you about this before, haven't I? But you just don't listen. If you can't change your attitude, then I don't think we can be together anymore. It's that simple.
Are you even listening to me? I'm your wife. Why don't you ever hear my side of the story for a change? You always pick your mom over me.
What did you expect? She's my mom. I can't say no to her.
So, what she says becomes absolute. Is that it? Have you ever even seen how your mom treats me?
That's enough. I won't let someone talk to my mother like that.
What about me? I've been working my butt off to provide for the family. On top of that, I'm helping your mother with the housework. I try to spend as much time with her as I possibly can. I've even tried to ignore her comments. But sometimes they really get to me, you know? At first, I was able to tolerate it, because I knew I had your support. But these days, it's like you're a completely different person. Why are you acting so differently? That's not who I married. My Steve is kind and loving. He's thoughtful and fulfills all his duties as a husband and looks out for his wife. I don't understand why you're being so cruel.
Cruel, huh? Just because I have been giving you your usual allowance, I'm cruel? If that's how you feel about me, then fine. Let's just get a divorce and end things here.
As if I need your allowance. I make enough money on my own. What I need from you is a partner that has my back.
Make enough money? Doing what? Writing articles? Yeah, right. Just because you got a little lucky with your freelancing career doesn't mean it'll last long, lol. I reckon it'll only take you a month or so to start losing clients. It's all downhill from there. After that, you'll come crawling back to me for your allowance, lol.
Okay. Rude. And who are you to tell me I'll fail? A good husband should support his wife. And what is it with you and your mother looking down on me all the time? I'll have you know that my clients are very loyal to me. More than you've ever been. But as far as the divorce go, then fine. Let's get divorced.
Wait, really?
I can't live in a household where all its members look down on me. If you can't treat me right, then you are in no position to call yourself a worthy husband.
Uh-huh. Anyways, do you think you can move out till the end of the month? I want to start my new month fresh, lol.
Don't worry. I'll leave.
Mia? Are you there? Why are you contacting me? What do you want? Just wanted to let you know that Steve found someone. She's so much prettier than you, and smart, and wealthy, and so overall perfect. And the best part of all, they're engaged. The wedding is in 2 weeks' time.
Okay. But why are you telling me this? It's not like you're inviting me, is it?
Of course not.
Then why are you contacting me?
Because you owe us money.
I owe you what?
I invoiced you the details. You have till the end of this week to pay up.
What makes you think I'm paying you anything? We finalized everything at the time of our divorce. So I know for a fact that I have nothing left to give to you people.
No, this is a special case that doesn't need to involve the government or any sort of paperwork.
So it's not legit? In that case, I will definitely not give you even a single penny.
But you owe us. When you were married to Steve, you practically lived off his earning. So it's only fair that you return the money you so casually used up.
Lol, what?
By my calculation, that makes it around $4,000 to $5,000, give or take.
Again, I won't give you any money.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you've hooked up with a rich boyfriend by now, right? Huh, I guess old habits die hard.
Oh, would you shut up already, Karen? You're giving me a headache.
Where are your manners? Don't call me by name.
I'll call you whatever I want. Then, only reason I didn't do that before was because I was married to your son. I didn't want him to feel bad or think that I'm disrespecting his family. Since we're not together anymore, I don't really care. And frankly speaking, your name suits you, Karen. That's probably the only thing your parents did right with you.
Oh, how rude, you ungrateful brat. Look, I don't want any drama. Just return us the money you owe us. If you can't pay the amount, ask your boyfriend to do it.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Really? So you finally got what you deserved, huh? Karma is real. Lol. I assume that means you're homeless then, correct? Lol. You must really wish Steve hadn't had dumped you, huh?
Quite the opposite, actually.
Look at you trying to act so tough. It's laughable. Especially when you're so weak and pathetic.
First off, the only weak and pathetic is you. You're the whole reason Steve and I separated. You would constantly tell him about how I treat you while conveniently leaving out the things you did to me. In time, he grew tired of your yammering and decided to end it with me. No, but seriously, getting divorced was the best thing to ever happen to me. Now that I wasn't bound to take care of anyone else but myself, nor did I have to deal with toxic someone, I was able to finally focus on my work. Recently, things have been going great. I'm making much more than I've ever made before. I can pay my bills with ease.
What? You mean you're not struggling?
Not at all.
Then I'm sure you can pay up all the money that was wasted on you, right?
What makes you think any money was wasted on me? He used to give me some allowance, yes. But he cut it short to the point I couldn't even buy monthly groceries out of it within the first few months of our marriage. Every time I asked him to give me more, he would get angry with me. So I developed some skills and began working really hard. And with the grace of God, everything turned out great. I was able to pay for groceries, the bills, your meds, and my personal shopping from my own money. Steve and I never wanted to tell you this because we didn't want you to think any less of your son. But really, the house was only functioning because of my money. So you really don't have the right to ask me for money. If anything, I should be the one demanding money from you. Lol. Think of it as my generosity that I'm letting you off the hook.
What? No, I don't believe this. You're lying.
Believe me or not, it's the truth. I have no reason to lie. Go ask Steve if you don't believe me.
Mia, it's an emergency, please. I need you to lend me some money. It's urgent.
I'm not helping you pay for your wedding.
How did you know? I didn't say what it was for.
Your mother contacted me earlier. I turned her down.
Look, I'm sorry that I divorced you, okay? I know you probably still have feelings for me, and I understand that. But there just wasn't a future for us, you know?
Well, okay, Mr. Delusional, are you done? I have other important matters to attend.
I get that you're jealous of my fiancé, but it's okay. The least you could do is see me happy, right? This is your chance.
If this is some messed up way of apologizing, then I'm afraid you're a little late.
Please, just listen to me, okay? I never wanted to divorce you. Mom made me. What was I supposed to do? Oppose her? I was young and stupid. I didn't know what to do. It was all her scheming. She wanted us to be divorced so she could set me up with other rich women.
Oh, please. It's bad enough you never let me tell your mother how much you really earned. Do you know how much nonsense I had to endure for you? Things like how I'm an incompetent wife and a gold digger, when the truth is that the house is only functioning under my income.
I know. I didn't realize how much you were contributing. Now it is hard to manage the expenses without your help. I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was thinking, but I really need your help right now. My mom didn't know my salary. She told my fiancé that I make 6 figures a year. Now everyone's expecting me to throw this lavish wedding, but I don't have the money for it. I'm already in debt.
Then just tell them the truth. If she chooses to still marry you, you'll be a lucky man, lol.
Having wives who earn more than you to sustain the house.
Then please, don't blow it with her too.
The wedding is in 2 weeks. If I tell her I'm not what I introduced myself as, she won't marry me.
Don't you think she'll find out sooner or later? If not now, then maybe after you guys get married? She might even file for divorce, or sue you for that matter.
Yes, but by that time, we'll already be married. Which means, at the time of the divorce, I still get to keep half of the assets.
You're a real scumbag. They say women are gold diggers. Clearly, they haven't met you.
Please, I'll do anything. Just help me with this wedding. I'm begging you.
You got yourself into this mess, so you fix it. Quit bothering me. I'm gonna block your number now.
Wait, please. Hello? Are you still there? Hello?
Mia's career really started to kick off. She even had to hire a few more employees to keep up with all the orders. She hasn't started dating anyone yet, but she plans to do it soon enough. This time, she'll be looking for someone far more trustworthy and loyal than Steve could ever be. As for Steve, he had to sell his house to pay for the wedding, but that still wasn't enough. When his fiancée found out he wasn't as wealthy as he said he was, she dumped him immediately. Not only that, but she also sued him for fraud. Now that he's homeless and in a lot of debt, both him and his mother have to work several part-time jobs to get food on the table. It's a wonder how they'll survive, especially with winter just around the corner.